And in this excavation we did right here, which was about 20 by 15, something like that, we found 33 sequent flake scrapers or knives. I got some of them in the truck. I'll show you what they look like later if you're not sure what that is. Then you'll be able to recognize them. We're gonna find some at your site. These sequent flakes, I'm pretty sure.
What do you mean by calling them sequent?
Well, they're the way they're made. They take like a potato-shaped flint nodule, and you just knock off a sequence of flakes, and then they trim up one side opposite of the negative bulb, and they feel really good in your hand because your thumb can grip right in that negative bulb.
And is it okay to take pictures out here?
Yes. And I'm gonna put some tape measures around in a minute if you want to take some pictures with them. So let me get on down in there.
Well, see this rock, that rock layer you're talking about over there, see it rises up over here and then slopes down over there.
Well, you have to be careful about that because some of these rocks are coastal. Some of these are in the right in. See the line is right here. So all of these are almost at the top. There's the top of that horizon right there.
Well, there's big rocks right in there.
There's some of them are going to be hearth. Is that charcoal right there? See?
Might be.
So that charcoal right there is older than 8,000 years, probably 9,000 years old. Okay, so when we finished digging this, we dug quite a bit, and I didn't think that we're going to gain anything out of digging more. We're just going to be the same old stuff we'd already documented, which was good stuff, and some of it was stuff we didn't know before. So we definitely added to the record by excavating that. But I thought I better go down deeper and just check, make sure there ain't something else down here. Well,
Is this the height you started, or right here? Up there. Wow.
But if you see the slope over here, Don, that's the original railroad
Now,
cut.
this is the road where he cut out.
That slope over there sloped down to the railroad cut. So I found the site by digging in the railroad cut, which was 8 foot below the original surface. And then we came in to get away from the disturbance out there, so we knew that we were in undisturbed soils. So when I dug down below the bottom of this thing, it's 10,200, I found an end scraper. And it was in this. This silt from here, to here. So it's a pretty thick layer of just river silt.
Well, how do you know that when you find scraper like that, that wasn't washed down from someplace else?
I don't know.
Unless you find a whole bunch
Right.
there.
Yeah, that's what
Evidence
you got to
of
do. You got to find a few more.
Charcoal and evidence of a camp.
Yes, because you're right on the banks of the oasis.
Yeah.
And at this time, that river could have been right there.
Yeah. I was looking at the contour of the
Yeah.
land. I said, hell. who
At
knows
one
what-
time it was, there's no doubt. It was right there. So, what else was I going to tell you? Oh, so all these gravels above this,
Yeah. That's washed down from somewhere. huh?
but it ain't the river. Cause look at them, they're not stream rolled.
Yeah, they're not stream
They came off in hills back there.
Back there.
Yes, so
Kind of like my place.
initially when we dug from up there down, the first 3 foot was midden, and at the bottom of that midden we found a point that I thought was an Ellis point, which is a transitional archaic, would be about the time of Christ. But later, the property owner took a skid steer and he dug up there, and all they found was early archaic artifacts, including Martindale. So we went back and looked at that point that I'd found, and it fits within the Martindale. So the bottom of that midden on top there is the same age as this right here. So all these gravels were placed here during the Martindale time period, and possibly within 1 or 2 events washed them off them hills back there.
Well, that could have been happening. That Martindale I found over there on the side, shallow, got washed from somewhere or something, or
I
somebody
just
dropped it, or
I think that it was buried in place, and then erosion has taken off some off the top of what originally was, might have been there. I don't think it washed in. Definitely not. So anyway, my point is that this is a record of the weather events
Yeah.
that happened around 8,000 years ago. This all happened. 88, because the top of this is 8,800. So the,
Well, like at Martindale, you found in that one trench you found over there to the south, to the west. You found that, we found that Martindale 48 inches or so below the top, and then I found a Martindale over yonder up near the top. So that whole ground, it could have been different. This could have been a big
Definitely.
old slope there.
yeah,
or
that's one
something.
thing it's hard to
Hard to tell.
determine
Yeah.
is the slope that they were living on. They weren't living on flat ground, you know, like we do, because we flatten the ground